Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and if you'd like to send a beautiful clip in for consideration to appear on the wonderful OverAnalyzed, then follow the instructions that have been on the screen. Also, there is a new set of OverAnalyzed rooms in the Unit Lost Discord. It is discord.gg/Unit Lost. Join that, take part in the discussion. We're going to do some different things with OverAnalyzed going forward into the next few weeks as well, so stay tuned for those updates. All right, before these guys get into it, the email that I've received for this clip is as follows. Hi, Stylosa. I was in mid-plat this season, about 2,750 for a couple of weeks. I had never been this high before. Last week or so, I went on a losing streak, so naturally, I stopped playing. The problem is that every time I start playing Overwatch after a break, I can't seem to win. I have lost about 250 SR in a matter of days. I don't know what to do. I mostly play support, but quite often, I have to fill as a tank. Sorry for the overabundance of the word shit in this video. All right, okay. It sounds like you've been overwatched.
Okay.
It sounds like you've played the game, you loved playing the game, you lost a lot of games, you stopped playing the game, and then you came back to the game, and you can't win any games because you can't play the hero you want to play. Welcome to Overwatch. Why did we play this game, by the way? Anyway,
Zen Ana is a pretty diveable combo.
This is a fine comp. This is a fine team comp.
I'll go Lucio.
Come on, let's bring it. Let's show them what we can do.
Okay, so you seem to be...
Hopefully this will be okay.
Ah, shit.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, you seem... Like, let's take a look at the team comp here. So, you seem to be worried about playing Zen in this comp. Zen would have been fine because you could have put the Orb of Harmony onto Hammond, and that would have kind of helped Hammond a little bit. I don't like the Hammond in this comp at all because we've got no front line. So, how the hell are we going to hold them at a choke? This is a massive problem, and your team have identified this. And this, again, is being Overwatch. This guy probably is a main tank player, but he doesn't want to play, well... the main tanks, which makes sense on this map. So it's like unlucky you get the Hammond. Hammond kind of is a main tank in a way, but requires a lot of support. A lot of the team needs to kind of be built around, needs to be diving in with him. If you want the Hammond, then I mean, you probably need a Diva as well to look after him. These two guys on DPS might not be the best solution with the Hammond. I don't know. It's going to be super difficult to make this work. Honestly, I expect you to just get absolutely rolled on the first point. But this Lucio pick, it's okay. Right, it's okay. Lucio or Zen, it's totally fine. You did identify that we needed an off healer, I guess, so that's fine. All right. One of the things we're going to suffer with here is we're kind of all over the place, and we don't really have an anchor point. Normally on Gibraltar, on first point, you kind of want that anchor to play around, whether it's the Winston, whether it's the Orisa, or the Reinhardt. Typically, you see Winston or Reinhardt here, not so much Orisa, but she can still work. Okay. So our Hanzo spamming the spawn. Gets a cheeky kill. Hanzo! Okay, we're sitting on speed. We're just spamming the barrier. Okay, there's a Reaper on us. So we boop him away. You can boop while you can boop. We boop him away. We boop him away. Now we boop him. That's too slow. He could have done too much damage to you there and killed you if he was good. Actually, he's bad because he didn't do anything. He just sort of came and went, hi, I'm Reaper. Then you booped him away. And it's like, well, whatever. Whatever, Reaper. Get out of the game. So he's backed off. But at least we know they've got a Reaper now. It's a Tracer. We boop the Tracer. We kind of chase her. Our aim is really bad, so we need to work on our aim. And our Reaper's killed our Ana, so this is bad, right? So what's happened at the moment throughout this game, it's just been like this, right? It's been a total mess. Nothing really is... There's no cohesion. We don't really have a plan. We don't really... Everybody's just all over the place doing what they like. Hanzo thinks he can just stand over there spamming the spawn. He's just going to die. Everyone's all out of the place. Ana's dead. So this is a really bad position to be in because it means that we're the only healer and we need to tell everybody to get the hell out of here. We need to really retreat. We've got to run back. So the call here with the Lucio player will be like, we've just got to disengage, guys, go back. See, Hammond, I don't know where Hammond's going. McCree's dead. No, Hammond came back. That's cool. We drop into the payload. But the problem is here, we're trying to fight them 4v6. We just cannot win this fight. When it goes critically bad, dying on the payload is the best option because it delays
we can't take this point.
Movement of the payload, obviously. Great call. We can't take the point. We need to just back up because we're just going to get killed. See the chat, we need Ryan. And then Wrecking Ball swaps to Roadhog. So honestly, right, the players... I don't want to put the blame on this guy because he's playing Wrecking Ball or whatever. Because you get the age-old arguments of like, well, the guy's bought the game, he can do what he likes. And fair enough. But... he is playing a tank And he is not playing the tank we need. He's honestly not playing the tank we need. If we had a Winston and a Wrecking Ball, I'd be fine. If we had a Reinhardt and a Wrecking Ball, whatever. At least we've got that anchor. We've got that base to build from. Because Gibraltar, you're in very serious danger of just getting rolled all the way to the end of the map if you don't have a proper team comp that can actually play the bloody game. It's so frustrating, this is. Any chance of some sort of way of fixing this, please? Because this happens in loads of games. And the problem is, I know this isn't really much overanalyzed going on here right now, but the problem with this is you get tilted and then you don't want to play the game. And a game that makes you not want to play the game is a terribly designed game, isn't it? All right. So, I mean...
Tracer behind.
Okay, good call on the Tracer. But basically here, right now here, we're a man up. We could re-engage them. So Lucio's kind of about taking control of the team in a way. If you want to play as the vocal Lucio, I mean, you can play as the ladder warrior, climbing all over the walls, trying to do whatever, you know, like the crazy Lucios like Funny Astro and people like that. But if you want to be the Lucio that controls the team, which is generally the Lucio that I tend to play, is you're in a really good position to tell the team what to do. So you could be like, guys, let's push, let's attack, because we've got a man up. We've killed their Reaper. Okay, he's been rezzed, but we can still push. Okay, now we're starting to get pushed back. Like, the danger here is we're just sort of sitting around waiting to get hit by enemy ultimates. And, like, I mean, when you look at the enemy team, what ultimates have they got available? They've probably got this. They've probably got that. They've probably got Pulse Bomb. Valk, I don't know. Actually, they might not have this, and they might not have Valk, because I don't think they've actually taken that much damage. So it's like, So all we're doing right now is we're just waiting to get hit by enemy ultimates. Like, we're not actually doing anything. Okay, there's Pulse Bomb. We're sort of just we're just standing in front of them, which is not good. You know, we're just saying, like, hey, Reinhardt, fire strike me. Hey, hook me, hog. Hey, just kill me, guys. I'm in front of you. I know you don't have a barrier, but you've got to play a little bit safer than this. You've got to play around what your team is built from. But we're just waiting to get hit by a bloody ultimate, and then we die. So they roll through this point. I doubt we can re-engage that. Not with the delay on the air. We can't re-engage that. So
Can we
that's
please
that.
have a main tank?
Won't happen, probably. Still spamming.
This is quite a frustrating one, isn't it? Because you can hear that guy. It's like, it won't help us, man. It feels bad. Yeah. It's just like, so what are we doing now? Like, what I don't understand is this player, right? The team, like, this is Overwatch is such a pain up the arse to play sometimes. The team here, right? These people have select heroes. This guy, that guy should play a main tank. Clearly they want to play tanks, but they don't want to play Reinhardt or Winston or Orisa to help us control this point. Yeah, they want to play crazy tanks, fun tanks, maybe. I don't know. That's fine by them. But in the context of a team environment, this is where Overwatch completely breaks down. And we've just witnessed, like, you're starting to lose it. Anna is losing it as well. These guys, I don't know what they're doing, whatever. But it's all because we literally do not have a tank. This enemy team is only beating us because it has a Reinhardt and it can just walk forward. We cannot do any damage to them because our, like, Hanzo can't flank them, or he's dead, or McCree's got no aim. So we just can't do anything to them, and we are losing because of this guy. I hate to assign blame, but that is what is going on in this game, so it's ultra frustrating to watch.
I could switch to main tank if anyone could play second.
But you are literally doing what I was about to suggest now, is swap your hero.
Yeah, okay, I can.
At least try and make the best of. You see, that guy is like, okay, I'll swap. Zari is like, I'll swap to support, but I won't play tank. Okay, we got Reinhardt now, so hopefully we can stabilize.
Do you have Shadow? Be careful.
Tracer's behind. Somebody's choking to death like me. Reaper's just walked into us.
Reaper behind.
Now, this is the new Reaper. This is the Reaper with a 50% lifesteal, so... But, I mean, he's still just brain dead Reapering into people.
Do a Grab Dragon combo.
Wait with the grab.
Grab Dragon combo, yeah. I mean, this has just been horrific. This is like... This has literally been uncoachable because your team are just throwing. Or rather, that one guy's throwing and everyone's getting tilted. It's mega unlucky.
McCree, you didn't kill the Tracer any one time.
Here comes the blame.
Let me heal.
We didn't have main tank for the whole game.
Yeah, so we didn't have a main tank. Hanzo is now
Just
telling
saying,
McCree's
I'm a pretty
terrible.
shit main tank. If anyone else could go main tank, I would appreciate it.
But hang on, it's better than not having a main tank though. So at least you identified that. Okay, now we're fine. Right, okay, we're not fine because you don't want to play. Okay, so let's just see what this last guy picks. Come on, last guy. Okay. Right, maybe that's... This is fine, right? Now let me explain why this is fine. So, first thing we've got is a nice off tank, yeah? Then we've got some DPS. Okay, Widow might be questionable, but who knows? But we've got a main tank. So already we've got a way better team comp. We're main healer, an off healer, to use simplistic terms, and then just more DPS, right? This is cool. Well, now, when I say main healer and off healer, healers are referred to as like main support, flex support, and things like that in Overwatch. But it's different at the pro level than it is from what I'm trying to explain here. When I say main healer, I just mean either a Moira, a Mercy, or an Anna, somebody with massive healing output. And then an off healer is somebody who has, you know, supplementary healing, but has a defensive ultimate, essentially, yeah? So that's Zen or Lucio. And yeah, this is cool, right? Cool team comp. Let's see what happens. I've got faith. Better than... Don't know why you're playing Winston. I'm not a fan of these comps where you've got Winston and Ryan in the same team. They can work, but
yeah, pirate ship could work. Thorbzo or Rustmold. Maybe you could go Bastion or a pirate ship.
Bastion? Oh no, someone's left the game. No, 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 no. You better come back. Hang on.
Still have 5 minutes, but...
So even if you're going to pirate ship, you cannot play Winston in that. You should be playing something to protect the Bastion. So you should be playing Diva if we get a Bastion.
I'm saying, let's go Bastion and we fuck them up.
Okay, somebody... Zen is saying let's go Bastion.
We'll switch to Orisa.
Switch to Orisa?
But DPS won't switch, as it looks.
They don't listen to us.
Yeah, DPS don't care. It's always the same in this game. DPS don't care. Whatever. I've paid for the game. I do what I like. Screw you. I want to play Soldier all day. Whatever. Overwatch. Lol, lol, lol. Troll, lol, lol, lol. Jeff said it's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Basically. Right. Yeah, I don't... This team comp is crap. Why are you playing Winston? Right, at least somebody's been killed. So it's fine.
Come back.
Can I just... You are playing Winston into Reaper Hog. This is horrifically bad. They are your hardest counters in the game. They will delete you from existence. Get off Hog. Get off Winston.
Please kill the Reaper on payload.
So this is like complete inability to read what's going on. I'm trying to pause it when you press tab.
Nice.
Okay, look at this. Look at this. This is bad news for us. That is definitely bad news for us. There was a very high probability this would be run because it was run last round, and they basically steamrolled us, so he's probably thinking he's the best thing since sliced bread, so he's going to play again, right? So here, like, you should not be on this Winston. You should swap this to something else. We should go for, like, a Diva or a Zarya or something. Now, I get maybe you can't play those heroes.
Nice.
I don't know, but... Or you could even just go for another support. You could just play Lucio, to be fair, in this comp. Unlucky with the jump.
Hold the Discord.
Okay. I quite like this Zen. This Zen is calling out who's Discording, which is pretty good. We're sort of slowly making our way back to the fight. Again, like, not much has really happened, like, to be honest. That's honestly coachable beyond the fact that our hero selections have maybe not been the best. However, all right, so you've jumped in here, you've dropped your bubble.
Nice kill on Reaper.
Get the most.
Get him.
You could push them. Why are you not pushing
It's
them?
good.
That's it.
Nice.
I mean, look, just to highlight like a little bit of a mistake there. So let's go forward. So here you've come in and you've dropped the shield. This is fine. We're going to kill this guy. Look, we're 2 people up on the kill feed. This is where as a main tank, or at least as a Winston player and a Reinhardt player, you've got to think, okay, I can be really aggressive now. We've destroyed a lot of their DPS. We've destroyed their tank line. So actually what you can do here is just rush. You could just walk up to them. Walk up to them, start Tesla cannon them, punching them when you get near, all of that stuff. You don't have to wait for your jump to come off cooldown. But what you do is back off here. I don't understand that. Because look, they're trying to res. You could be straight in there and just wreck the Mercy. Because you're like a big lump of Winston, yeah. Okay, now where Winston really does shine is the next phase here, because it's very vertical. We really don't want to take on a... Oh, that's a Ash.
Ready to
Okay, fine.
Shadow.
Where is he?
I don't.
Okay, let's pause this. So where Winston really, really shines is you can take control of the high ground. And I'm expecting you to do this, right? We don't need to be on the payload, to be honest, because that's what Reinhardt's for in this comp. Like I said, I don't think this comp's that good, but we can still work with it. It's better than the comp we had on the first round, which was just terribly bad. So what we're looking to do here is get ourselves control of the high ground. And try and force people off there. Of course, there's big flags if there's a Reaper up there, or the Hog or whatever. Then we don't want to. We want to disengage as fast as possible.
Nice.
Nice. Can't love you.
We just seen Reaper, didn't we? I just seen Reaper in the shuttle there, and we're gonna jump. I think they're just like a very basic lesson for Winston, which will make you just better at Winston. Is don't always use jump as the engage. Walk up to people. Like you could walk up the high ground here, yeah? You could walk this way, go up the high ground and walk into the shuttle. You don't have to jump in. Because if you jump into here, which it kind of looks like you're doing, I mean, you might not do, but if you do, there's a Reaper in there. How are we getting away from this Reaper? We literally have to run away, and that's dangerous. So, Winston, if you're a little bit more reserved with your jump, you're not using your jump to just engage all of the time. Maybe you're just walking up to people, trying to be clever in that way, and using it as a disengage. You'll actually survive longer. Okay, so you're doing what I thought you would do. Yeah, this is bad news, isn't it? This is like bad news bears.
Shit,
Yeah, there's a
Reaper
Reaper in our face.
Heals. Thanks.
Okay, good. But we already knew he was up there, because I seen him before.
He's gonna jumble.
Okay, does he have Death Blossom? Maybe he's going to drop
Watch
down
out,
with
he
Death
probably
Blossom.
has his ult.
What are we going to try and do? You see, we're sort of sitting around on the payload here, which isn't too bad because the enemy team are re-engaging. Tesla in there, Winston is not really going to achieve anything, is it? You see, this is the thing, right? We're sitting with our team. We're not really making ourselves a nuisance as Winston. We could find their supports and dive onto them or try and do something here that disrupts them. It's risky because it's taking us away from the safety of the team, let's say. But it looks like their Anna has actually nanoed the Winston. But we maybe could have pressured their Anna. See, we've jumped away. Why have we jumped away? Why have we jumped away? Well, I don't know why you've jumped away from that fight. Look at that. Our Widow has killed their Ashe, and we jumped away because there was a nanoed Winston?
What?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to do damage. I mean, we should... Yeah, our target
Don't
priority
use any
is
ults.
crazy
Farm
in this
them.
fight. Watch this. This is so bad. So first thing we do is disengage, which I don't like. And then we look at Winston behind us. Then we see a Valking Mercy, and we can see a Reaper. So we walk forward here, and what are we going to do? There's a Mercy to our right. We could totally just zap the Mercy. Yeah, I know she's still Valking, and she could still Guardian Angel away. But instead we walk back to the payload, and then just start
Don't use any
Tesla and
ults.
Winston, who
Farm
literally
them.
cannot die because he's getting healed. And then we need to get the hell out. I think you just did call don't use ultimates, which is good. But we've got to get out now. We can't. We're overstaying our welcome. Just jump out.
Get back.
Okay.
Get
Out,
really
out, out,
close.
out. Why did we walk back? Just get out. Literally run through.
Nice.
Now there is an argument for ulting here. As Winston, I would be kind of tempted to ult here. We are a man up. We could possibly ult that Reaper away. He is ulting himself. Okay. I mean, are we going to save our Reinhardt? Help your friends in need, right? So here, we should have just walked out, but we didn't, right? And watch what happens throughout all of this. So he's using that now. We have got our ultimate available. We could keep our Reinhardt alive here. If we jump forward and just smash this guy out of the way, we just literally jump forward, pop the ult, knock him away. It's all fine. It's all jazzy. Our Reinhardt survives, and we go forward, and we just continue using our Primal Rage to bash people's brains out. Instead, we're being too passive, and I think this is honestly down to playing too many different roles. This happens to everybody. It doesn't matter what level you play at. If you're playing support, and you were in this game, you were playing Lucio, you're maybe thinking a little bit more passive. You're not being as aggressive as maybe you can be on a tank. Then when you swap to a tank, it gets a bit confused in your head. It happens to me. It happens to everybody. So I don't know, I mean, or maybe that's just making an excuse, but we should help this Reinhardt. We literally stand here and just watch him die. If he might not, maybe he doesn't die. Okay, he does die. Then we jump forward. So now we're like, oh, our Reinhardt's dead. Am I going to go forward? Are you joking me? And we're still not we're not doing anything. We could have been zapping the Mercy again there.
Nice.
Regroup fast.
Just wait, please.
Ashe is up top.
Why are we just standing here taking loads of damage,
Okay,
feeding
we
them
will
ult
kill
charge?
Ashe, please.
Yeah,
Get
fast,
out! Ay, ay, ay!
Regroup first.
Okay, good things first, I suppose. You are saying regroup, which I do like.
Okay.
Right, what are we doing here? Why are we doing that and not giving the ult charge to our healers? never get health packs when your supports need ultimate charge. Look, Moira's on 84%. She could have done with the ult charge.
Yeah, she needs to switch, I think.
All right, it's a little bit premature on the bubble.
push.
Reaper one.
God damn it. Look, you didn't really take enough damage to warrant the bubble usage, but again, this just goes back to knowing when to drop the bubble down. And this is basically, as soon as you've seen the enemy, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to bubble. Don't ever do that. Be a bit, like, show a bit of restraint. Just like on jumping in, don't always jump to engage. Don't always use your bubble the first time you take damage. You're Winston, you've got 500 combined health and armor. You're not going to just instantly get killed by anybody, all right? So now we're engaging without a bubble, which is a big problem because the bubble is what helps mitigate damage that's going to go to our team.
Come on.
We could push that Ash. We could have pushed that Ash.
Reaper one.
Help.
Reaper
Yeah,
dead.
nice.
Auto one. Any deal, Moira?
It's just basically this is very, very messy play where a lot of jumps are bouncing off stuff. We're having a lot of issues with our positioning. We're not
go,
really
go, go,
pushing
go, go.
forward. We're not diving the back line. We're not taking high ground control. We're still not taking high ground control. Now we're ulting in.
Get him.
It's like an okay position to ult in. This is because it's going to disrupt the enemy team.
Monkey one.
But like, think about target priority. Look, let's just go back to this. So we're going to go in here into the fight. The one target we don't really want to mess with is Roadhog because we're not really going to be able to do too much to Roadhog. Instead, we could really smash their squishies and watch how this plays out. In fact, can I slow this down? That's volume. I think I can slow this down, you know. Oh my God. Watch this then. I watch this. Watch this play out. Okay. Okay, this sounds terrible. Okay, let's forget this because it sounds terrible. Maybe this is something I can use in the future, right? But anyway, Hog hooks us. We pop Primal. I'll just keep pausing it. We looked at the Anna, then we look back at the payload. We look forward again. Now, our Anna's dead. This is good. Soldier's killed her with a flanking tac visor, it looks like. And we're like, okay, the only target I can see is Hog, so I'm just going to keep pushing Hog. I mean, it's worked because it's given our team space, which is, you know, you could argue the primary function of the tanks. We didn't really need the Zen ult there, but I guess if it's going to seal the deal, then fine.
Nice.
Reaper.
Get Reaper. Nice.
Auto.
I mean, it's...
Nice.
Yeah, we should be able to block the... Body block the door. Stand in the door. Stand in the door. Stand in the door. Stand in the door.
Fiona behind.
Stand in the door. I don't know why you're too passive. Like, I always say this, right? But it's easy to be more aggressive than be less passive, less aggressive over time, right? Because you don't want to try and be really safe and then guess when to, I guess, be aggressive. Just be crazy. Like, we can push these. Tell our team there's two to the left. We can kill them. Absolutely kill these guys. Hog's going to be a problem. Okay, now we're basically screwed. No, that is not the right move. That is the move of feeding our brains out. We're going to die because we just lost 2 of our team, 3 of our team, and now we're slept in the back. And okay, we killed that main tank, but we're totally screwed.
Can you switch Tracer maybe?
Yeah, that would be nice. Get him back. Need heals though.
It's like
I found me.
Zarya or Diva is what you should be playing here, not, or even Hog, right? It's not really Winston because you're still playing into a Hog and a Reaper, and it's still brain dead. Like, it's so brain dead that you're just feeding and feeding. Okay, whatever. This guy's just like, that is a horrifically bad ultimate of that guy because it's not disrupting a push really. He's just walked up to you in the spawn and gone, hey, here's a massive load of HP for you guys to charge your ultimates, and I'm just gonna die in the spawn. I've inconvenienced you for 10 seconds. Oh dearie me, have a load of ult charge. It's so bad. That guy's feeding his brains up.
Let's go.
Let's go now.
I need help.
Drop my ult.
Okay, you got. What we're gonna do with the ult though?
Charge your ship.
We're gonna wait until we get the payload to the corner. Okay. That's very interesting usage of that. That's what we call feeding, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look, the soldiers killing everyone.
Don't leave the car.
Need
No,
heals.
there's no way.
Yeah, no.
We can't win this fight. You've got to swap hero.
Day 6 again. Yeah.
Push, no heal, push. Who's that? Who's... Oh, that's the soldier. So it's typical, right? He thinks he's the best. He's killed 2 guys. He's like, come on, guys. No heal. Push. Oh, my God, you're so bad. Blah, 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 blah. Typical. But then that's how Overwatch is designed. DPS feel good when they kill stuff. And then they feel like they're carrying. When actually it's a game about tanks controlling space, supports enabling
Gonna bubble
DPS, and
him.
DPS eliminating the enemy. Never forget.
Push.
Okay, nice shield on Bob.
Get Reaper.
You see that actually the shield is really good against
Nice.
Bob.
Nice.
Need heals. Need heals.
Okay, nice use of the payload.
Lead.
Okay. What we're looking to do here is we're going to get healed, right?
Nice.
We've got the high ground. We didn't need to use the bubble there. Luckily, the bubble fell off there, which is good news for us because it's actually more effective on the bottom. Now, though, we're looking to get forward and pressure. So we want to pressure there. We want to pressure over here. We want to hit that spawn door, or hit anybody down there. We don't want to just be sitting on the payload because you're playing Winston like Reinhardt, and it's really passive. And, well, like a defensive Reinhardt just sitting with a payload, or even with like an Orisa or something. I don't know. Just get in there. Go forward.
Gonna dive armor.
Yeah. So do it. It's the first time you've done this in the game. Puncher. As you landed, you could have punched her. More damage. Well, it's not more damage. It's a faster application of the damage than hitting her with the Tesla cannon. So as you come in, if you land on her, you're going to do impact damage, then punch her, then Tesla cannon her. She'd have been dead. She's still dead, but she'd have been dead a little bit quicker. That's it. We can just stand in the door. We can literally stand there in the door. Why are we backing off? They can't move us out the way. We just stand in their face and go, come on then. Come through.
Mercy, guys.
Don't let her rest.
We didn't need... We did not need to jump there. We've got full HP. We absolutely did not need to jump.
She let it on it. Oh my god.
Right, we're screwed now. We've got to get out. All right, okay. Window of opportunity, isn't there? Soldiers kill people, so we were screwed, but our DPS killed people as we were disengaging, so now we re-engage, and we totally get that Ana. We go for that Ana, 100%. Okay, good. He wasn't close enough to melee there, but that's fine. We're going to kill it anyway.
Nice,
This is cool.
Nice.
It looks... Oh, Lucio, easy kill for us. There we go. Awesome.
Let's go.
I say it was an easy kill. And now essentially... Well, we're winning the fight, but we just primal immediately. We really don't want to... We just primal, yeah.
Lemon disco. Nice.
Yeah. Keep him in the spawn door. That's fine.
Nice job.
Okay, it was messy. When it devolved into a total, like, I think you could probably say that soldier is actually carrying the team. After I slated him.
Yeah, we need a main tank this round.
Right, let's listen to the chat.
Yeah, a Bastion comp would be really nice. Maybe a Mercy though.
Yeah, Mercy. We need Mercy.
Mercy and an Ana.
Hey, DPS, or even in voice chat.
No.
He'll do it. I bet that DPS will do it. Or maybe he's like, I'm too good for this. I don't do that. It's tense. What's going to happen?
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
Because the reality is, they probably won't. Are you actually negative? Oh no. This soldier guy, he's like the typical DPS player from Overwatch. Oh my god. This map with the most high ground and flank. I mean, he's right, but if all the team want to go one direction, then you're probably better off going with the team instead of trying to go, I'm just going to do what I like.
If we set up real fast with a Bastion, we could really do it.
I mean,
Never mind.
all right. I still kind of would prefer you to play Zen. Reason for Zen is I like Discord Orb, probably best ability in the game.
Nice kill.
How the hell?
Reaper right.
Cool. But Lucio's totally fine. All we want to do though is Lucio, right? And I didn't really touch on this in the first half of the video. Is you kind of want to protect your back line, protect your other supports, stay in your team, but protect your vulnerable. Oh, you've got Moira. Sorry, not Ana. But you can boot people away, and it's so effective. That is. Nice bit of walk on. That was really nice. That was really, really nice. I did not expect you to do that at all, right, in this game. And that's chase down the enemy as they're disengaging, because you've been very sort of like passive. Like you kind of play the heroes okay enough, but I'm not really seeing any flares of like, okay, I understand this hero. Now I know when to push. Now I know when to do this. But then you actually did show me that. So it's pretty good. So it's probably a good Lucio player in here somewhere. Okay, think about what we can do here. is push forward. Like payload, I actually want to talk about this. So you see this here, we've got 2 people on the payload. You don't actually need 2 people on the payload. 1 person on the payload and then everybody else push forward is almost always better than putting everybody on the payload when it's moving through sections like this. Because think of it, right? If we've got more people on the payload, yeah, it's moving faster, but it lets the enemy come through these doors, right? They can just come out. Generally, they'll come from the lower doors, and we can't really do anything about that because we're sitting on the payload, and then we suddenly have a fight, you know, around there. Whereas if we all push forward and just leave somebody like the Lucio or whatever on the payload, then, well, we can fight them as they come through a choke, and that's actually way better for us. There are times when you might want 3 people on the payload for maximum speed, like if it's in overtime, you're trying to push it, you know, like into the very end of the map or something. I don't know. I mean, it's almost an overtime here, but still, it would be better. Leave 1 person on the payload, everybody pushes forward. And that's really unlucky because we just lost our main healer. But and that thinking there is what you'll notice when you get much higher in the ladder. Teams will just do that, like organically. It's one of those things where you realize, like, oh, okay, I'm playing with better players now. Also, another thing that makes you realize that is if you ever play on Numbani and they don't smash down the railings, then you're playing with bad players. Okay, whatever.
Where is Widow?
Up top.
Widow, top left.
All right. So we're kind of a little bit aggressive here, aren't we? Standing on the front line. Let's heal. I'm going to let you off on that. I was going to say that's a complete waste of the heal boost because we're not taking enough damage, but you've heal boosted as you're about to get earth shattered, and I've paused this in a beautiful, beautiful time frame. So you're going to amp the heal while you're on the ground, which is good.
Oh no.
Oh, we get it.
Although we are kind of sitting ducks, and we're dead. Unlucky. Okay, unlucky.
Should have gone pirate ship.
Yeah.
If we have Bastion, we win this.
I mean, it's not just a win because you've got Bastion. Bastion does beat a lot of lower tier teams, I've got to be honest. Now, like, Bastion on defense is risky as hell because they've got a load of time here.
No.
Select your hero.
No, no, it's on defend. It's free turn. Bastion May, maybe.
They're gonna have Reaper and Winston again, so...
Yeah, probably. So
Yeah, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Like
Bastion.
Bastion or Widow.
No, Reaper will be good.
Let's up the tempo.
Because they have a new... he's much stronger now.
He is, but he still has to
Hey,
get in to do
Torch,
damage.
You have to play tank.
Attackers incoming in 30
Hang on. Who are you telling to play tank here? Oh, the DP. There's no way. There's no way that guy plays tank. There is no way.
This guy's
Try to hold high ground as long as we can, but if they go under the bridge, we have to drop down.
Okay, so you're actually like, this is what always gets me with these games. Now you're talking to your team when the chips are down, but you didn't bother to talk to them at the start, like saying, guys, disengage or drop down on them or whatever. As long as you've got some sort of plan, that's generally better than having no plan. But it's took until this point in the game for you to actually say to your team, guys, okay, let's stay on the high ground, and if they get below us, we'll drop down on them.
Hold them
No,
at
under.
the others.
Not here. We need to push there. We need to push like under the first bridge, you know, here.
I mean, this is like a
They
5-minute
go
20
through
hold.
this.
This is going to be so hard.
We fucked them.
5, 4, 3,
I mean, what I will say about this section of the map, right? Given the time we've got here, this is really... We have to do like crazy stuff here. You can hold them here, right? And just fight them here, see how long it lasts. It's obviously major advantage to the enemy team because that's their spawn. So when we start dying or they die, they're going to come back faster. When we die, it's a much longer run back. The thing with this is, though, it stops them getting the free push all the way under here. And then we have the first fight under the bridge. Then we're dead. Then we barely get back in time to contest the last fight. If we fight them here and lose a fight like round here somewhere, then at least we've got a chance to regroup. And that's probably the best idea in this scenario. The difficulty is getting people to do it, but it looks like some of your team
Hey, you have to
are
hold high ground.
saying, let's do it. See, the problem with high ground is we're not contesting the payload. And it will just move through, so we kind of do need to contest it.
Reaper
Okay,
left.
Reaper. He just walks up to it. That Reaper's just like no brain in. His typical Reaper. Our Reaper's down there. We didn't need the heal boost then, but I can understand why he did it.
Tracer.
Because we don't want anyone to die.
Drop down here. Everyone, drop down here. Nice kill on Tracer.
Reaper's still above us. Like, we need to contest the payload as much as possible here. Get close to the payload and just delay it at all costs. We're winning this fight. Like here, this is when we go push, go forward, guys, go. All right, it's a Reaper behind. Good call. Nice boop. We should kill this Reaper. We should pressure him. Be careful though.
Reaper's still behind us though.
All right, you have done everything you can do about this Reaper. I have a very sinking feeling in my stomach that Reaper is going to come back and bite us literally in the arse because nobody's doing anything about him. Our Reaper's dead. See, their Reaper is behind us again. I can hear him. Just literally walked into us firing.
Reaper was
Unlucky.
all the time.
Yeah. I mean, you've just been Overwatched here, Meerkat. I mean, you're bronze in limbs and you've been playing support. Okay, you played Winston a bit, but that is like questionable as hell. It means your team are not really killing enough people. The other thing I've got is, like, I feel like you've come into this game with the best will in the world. I mean, this is just desperation now. Yeah. Like, you've come to the game with the best will in the world, but you've been totally Overwatched, so you're just like, well...
Nice, Tracer down. You can do this.
What do I do? Man, this is going to be like an actual, like a superhuman effort if we win this. Jump off the walls there. Remember, you get the speed boost when you come off the walls? Maybe we do hold this. I think... Hang on, let's just go back here. How the hell did that happen? Is that... Oh, I think that's Bob on the payload. All right. I'm just going to give it to Bob. I'm going to say Bob did loads of work. Because Bob does seem really good at lower levels. Because Bob is like... He just stands there shooting. People don't do anything about him. Okay, actually, this is pretty huge. It's pretty huge, but we didn't need to do that, did we? Because this fight is over.
Nice.
Tracer behind.
Like, we wasted our sound barrier there. Honestly, we could have kept the sound barrier. Trace is feeding the brains out there.
Tracer's still behind, though.
Also, Reaper has used his ult, which is good. We should be telling our team that he's used it. We are waiting for enemy ultimates. Like, what have they got? Shatter, maybe?
They're dropping down from high ground.
Trace is behind as well. See, my problem here is we are all over the place as a team. We're, like, letting the enemy just get flanked. They're flanking us everywhere. It's a mess. I don't think there's too much you can personally do about that, to be honest. You just got to keep doing what you can do and just try and keep people alive here. Like, the main thing here is you just do not want to die at all. You want to keep alive. You want to use the corners. Like, just keep out of line of sight. If anyone gets near to your back line, boot them away. Losing our Reaper is so bad here because Reaper is actually our DPS. See there, look, our back line is getting annihilated by their Reaper. We should be into him. It's a little bit too slow here, and I think it's going to be difficult now to recover. Oh, nice, you faded away. Nice.
Please get Reaper.
All right, huge because she used the Coalescence. Is it going to be enough? Probably not. Famous last words, I guess, like they were before. But this looks nigh on impossible to hold. Okay. Unlucky. The only advice I can really give you here, I mean, there was bits of advice for the characters that you were playing, and some of your hero selections playing the Winston into the Reaper and the Hog is not ideal. But it's just stay positive, right? This is the type of game you play and then you come off. I absolutely guarantee you came off the game after playing this, didn't you? You're just like, why the hell am I playing this game? Because it's so frustrating. It's like, what the hell is going on? Nobody's really helping me. I'm not playing the heroes I want to play, and it devolves into that stuff. That's getting Overwatch, and it happens to us. The only thing I can say to you is, yeah, come off for a little bit, maybe chill out, play something different, and then go back to Overwatch. And then hopefully you get a good team, which is basically people willing to make a team comp and not having toxic DPS players or people who won't play tanks but then suddenly will when they need to. It's so frustrating at times. All right, guys, I've been Stylosa and this is Unit Lost. Remember, if you'd like to send a video in for consideration to appear on this series, then do follow the instructions that have been on the screen and join the Discord as well, which is discord.gg/Unit Lost. There's loads of Overwatch channels and various other gaming channels in there. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toodaloo.